27 years, the Greeks
Yeah.
were like, they're not killing us. Or the Greeks that they're killing kind of deserved it. Or
Right.
they're killing Americans or Turks. So we don't
Right.
really care, you
Right.
know? Well, beginning then, they cared.
That's
And
amazing.
it turned everything around.
There was, if I recall correctly, John, 17 November sent a letter claiming responsibility for the assassination. But if again, if I recall correctly, they also identified you in the letter.
Yeah, that was a shock to me. What 17 November normally did was they would drop a manifesto at the scene of the assassination, usually, not always. Sometimes they would mail it to a Greek newspaper. Sometimes they would put it in a garbage can and then call a Greek newspaper and tell them where they could find it. So they did not drop a manifesto uh, that day. They waited until August. So from April to August, we're doing the investigation, working with the Greeks and the British and trying to do the investigation. And I get in one day and the chief comes in a panic and he says, "Did you see the manifesto?" And I said, "No, I didn't realize that there was a manifesto." And he says, "They mention you." And I said, "What do you mean they mention me?" And he shows it to me. And they said in Greek, "Είδαμε τον megalokataskopos." We saw the big spy,
Right.
but we knew that he was armed, he was in an armored car and that he was armed. So we elected to carry out the revolutionary sentence on the war criminal Saunders.
Wow.
And I said, "How could they possibly have found me?" I said, "I am so careful about my security. I can't believe they found me." We ended up concluding that they were actually looking for Saunders because he was so out there. He was on TV all the time. He's at every party. He's giving interviews to every newspaper. And while they were looking for him, they saw my armored car with a YHB license plate and said, "Hey, that must be CIA. Who would be driving an armored car?" So I said, "Well, now what?" And the chief said, "You got to go." And I said, "Where?" He said, "Home, like right now." I said, "You mean home, Washington?" I said, "My kids are in school right now. I can't just up and leave." He said, "We're gonna pick up your kids at school. We're gonna send another car to pick up your wife. We'll pack out your house, but you got to go now." And so they drove me to the airport. They sent an armored car to pick up my kids. They sent another armored car to pick up my wife. We all met up at the airport and we were on the 12 o'clock Delta
Wow.
flight back to New York.